the things that I realize in this process of doing these videos is that very few men understand what is the concept of being a man, what it entails. And I distilled it very simply. The difference between a man and every other creature in the world, including all women, and in fact, most other male Homo sapiens, well, the difference between a man and everybody else is that we can control our reaction to our emotions and make decisions guided not by emotions, but by our reason, our logic, our acquired knowledge, and our experience. That's all it means to be a man. That's it. Because if you notice women, you notice a lot of different men. And of course, you look at animals, like dogs and horses and bears and whatever. They react based on emotion. Something happens in their environment and they react emotionally. They don't react coolly, logically, rationally. I'm not saying that a man cannot feel emotion. Oh, no, quite the contrary. See, you cannot stop an emotion, an emotional reaction. Everybody feels emotions. The issue is, are you allowing these emotions to dictate your actions? That's the difference. That's the key thing. Women, for instance, they always, by definition, they allow their emotions to dictate their actions, often to their regret. They make decisions irrationally, guided by their emotions, because they say that it felt right. It felt right. Jesus. But a man, no. A man doesn't allow that to happen. He uses his reason, his logic, his acquired knowledge, and his experience in order to make the best decision for the short term, the medium term, and the long term, however he defines that. In Dune, which is kind of like a crappy novel, but so many people have seen it, there's that thing of the Gom Jabbar, right? And the Gom Jabbar is this device that you stick your hand in it, and your hand is going to feel incredible pain. But the person administering the test, right, they have like a needle with poison right at your neck. If you pull out your hand, you get the needle and die. And what is it for? It's to test whether you can override your emotion and your instinctive reaction. Dune is a horrible novel, don't get me wrong. But that's pretty much it. That's the difference between a man and everybody else. And by the way, women can't do this. They can't. They pull out their hand. If we actually had like a Gom Jabbar for real and we had women do that, yeah. And that's why so many people say that I'm a misogynist, that I hate women. But no, I love women. I think that they're wonderful. They're so soft and pretty, and they make the world so much better because they do, But I understand women, and I think that that's why I'm a misogynist, because I understand them. But by the same token, you see, that would mean that I'm a misandrist, that I hate men because I recognize that most men act the same goddamn way. Yeah, most men are emotional and reactionary in whatever it is that they're doing. They react to their emotions as opposed to being cool, calm, collected. They allow themselves to experience the emotion. They don't try to block off the emotion because, quite frankly, you can't. You can't be Mr. Spock. You feel the emotion. You let it course through you, but you don't let it allow it to dictate your actions. That's the key issue. And why am I going on and on and on about this? Well, because you see, in Europe, in the West, that's all they do. They're not men. I mean, many of them are males, sure, but they're not men. I don't know what you want to call them, but they are guided by their visceral reactions. They don't use their logic and reason to guide their decision-making process. And look what's happened in Europe. Look what's happening in Europe. They are pulling the plug on their own economy.